Many fresh civil engineers step onto a bustling construction site without a specific daily plan, and as a result, they stand completely still. There is an assumption in the industry that simply being physically present on a site equates to managing the project. When an engineer acts entirely as a passive observer, they miss critical drawing revisions in the morning, fail to track labor productivity during the day, and end up scrambling to guess what actually got built for their evening reports. True site management requires active control. It requires verifying the blueprints, directing the manpower, tracking the materials, and enforcing the physical quality of the work. To survive a site, you must drop the role of the observer and adopt a strict 10-step daily protocol. Step 1 happens before anyone picks up a tool. You must physically verify that the drawings you use are the latest versions approved for construction. Executing work on superseded plans guarantees your team will have to tear down new construction later, causing severe financial losses and schedule delays. Step 2 is work planning. You define exactly what activities are happening today, pinpoint their locations on site, and assign the specific tools required to complete them. Step 3 is the labor record. You write down the exact headcount of your workforce, broken out by specific trades: masons, carpenters, bar benders, and equipment operators. Step 4 requires material verification. You walk the site to ensure the required cement, sand, steel, and shuttering materials are physically present before authorizing work. If you skip this verification, you risk hitting a material shortage. That creates a bottleneck where paid workers end up sitting idle for hours while you wait on delayed deliveries. Successful afternoon execution relies entirely on anticipating and completely eliminating these logistical blockers in the first hour of the morning. Once physical labor begins, Step 5 requires actively measuring the work quality against the approved plans. Before authorizing a concrete pour, you must verify the structural lines, confirm the leveling, check the cover block placement, and inspect the surface preparation. Failing to perform these checks before a pour locks in any mistakes. The concrete buries it entirely, turning a correctable error into a permanent defect. Running in parallel is Step 6, safety checks. You actively enforce PPE compliance, inspect scaffolding stability, and confirm that all open trenches have proper barricades. These midday checks are not administrative tasks. They act as a critical shield, catching specific structural and safety risks before they cause failures. Step 7 is tracking progress. Throughout the afternoon, you monitor the completed work and compare it directly against the targets you set during your morning planning. Step 8 requires physical measurement. You record the exact quantity of completed work using measuring tools, according to the actual site execution. Never estimate quantities by eye, and do not rely on your memory to calculate measurements weeks later for end-of-month billing. Step 9 secures your evidence. You take clear, time-stamped photographs of all important work stages before they are covered by the next phase of construction. Step 10 happens at the end of the day. You compile the raw empirical data of labor counts, material usage, and measured progress into a daily progress report. Time-stamped photographic evidence must be integrated into this report to lock in final billing proof. On a construction site, undocumented work results in unpaid work. The evening reporting phase secures the financial value of the day's physical labor. Here is the complete protocol. Prepare to screenshot this list. Steps 1 through 4 are your morning preparation. You verify drawings, plan the work, count the manpower, and check the materials. Steps 5 and 6 are your midday execution shields. Verify structural quality and enforce site safety. Steps 7 through 10 create your evening evidence chain. You track progress, measure outputs, capture photos, and compile the final daily progress report. Executing the physical work on site without rigorously documenting the data means the job is incomplete. To learn more practical checklists and routines, join the IBG InAI Civil Workflows community on Telegram. Mastering this specific 10-step routine allows you to govern the variables on your site, converting you from a passive observer into an active, effective site engineer.